everyone!
Supreme Being, welcome back.
Welcome back. So happy to see you after a little pause. We also
Yes.
needed some time.
We were also focused on the workshop that we just did, and it was excellent. It helped the people that registered into the workshop. We
Us
also,
as well.
yes, we got lots of insights even for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we were also participating as participants, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And we have great news for you as well if you missed it.
Yes, if you missed it, you can still watch it, the replay. We made a recording, and with 30% off. And so it's going to be cheaper, but you just cannot make any questions. So if you want to ask your burning questions during a workshop, make sure you don't miss the next one. I don't know when it's going to be, but
Yes,
yeah.
we already have a topic for it, and we even announced it in that workshop. At some point there, we spoke about it a little bit, and I think it will be quite soon. It was very, very nice.
We're getting better at doing such things because we had a
Yes.
technical error from the site, not from us, and we still managed to fix it. And now it's getting even better.
Yes. And we are very excited also about today's video because we have some messages for you. And to pick your message, you just have to pick your flower. I made a small video of 3 of my favorite dahlias from my garden. And all you need to do is you just have to pick your favorite one. And then we will continue with the message behind each dahlia. So, let's go for it. If you chose the first dahlia, that's actually probably my favorite one.
Which
year.
color was?
It's a yellow one. And it came a very unusual shape and pattern. It's actually from a seed from a friend of mine that gave it to you. I'm very grateful to her. And if you chose this dahlia, you need to focus in the month of October on your inner balance.
My favorite month.
Generally, fixing your overall energy field. We are approaching the month of autumn, and recently I made a video on the Bulgarian channel about the yin yang energies, how they move throughout the year, and that's very much connected with us twin flames, right? Because that's what we are. We are the symbol of balancing the yin yang energies. So this month, now that we are already entering the autumn, that's of course in the northern hemisphere, it's the perfect time to work on balance. You might even want to, even physically, to strengthen your immune system. Try to do something about bringing this inner peace within yourself, because that's an important step in being together with your twin flame, or even having a normal communication with your twin flame, because I know that many of you don't even have this and you're struggling with that. We actually speak a lot about that in our workshop as well, in the last one. And this month, the month of October, that's just the beginning of the autumn. So you want to prepare yourself very good for the upcoming, let's say, darker energies, because that's what happens. We start to enter slowly in the deeper in energies, and this brings us very much inside of us. So this month might be even like very much connected to you with emotional struggles, things that will be coming up to the surface. But all you want to do is make sure you observe them. Don't put them on the back, because these are things probably that you didn't manage to resolve until now, and that's why they're coming back. Or maybe you managed to resolve a small part of it and now it's coming slightly different, the pattern, the emotional pattern. Mostly it will be emotional, what we are talking about here, for the ones that chose the first one. So do observe these emotions, wait for them to pass as well before you act. Don't rush, hot-headed, because that's not going to bring you any good. So if you're having some very strong emotional experience with your twin flame, don't be quick on making decisions. Wait for this wave to pass. Try to sink in yourself what you can do on your behalf of settling down, calming down these energies, because all this that is going to do for you and for your twin flame union generally is to bring more balance within. So use all these emotions, blockages, whatever is going to come up to the surface exactly for this purpose, to make a step forward, because it's easy to fall in the trap of the emotions. It's very easy for everybody, not just for the emotional type of people. And that's why we really have to be self-observant and very much aware of what we are entering and why it's coming to us. And I wish you good luck on that.
Good luck. The second is the orange, isn't it?
Yes.
If you have chosen this flower, then this is the flower of opportunity. And it's a very, very cool, very warm. As you saw, there was bees, right, in the picture?
Yes.
The bees are the Kundalini message. The orange color also represents the sensuality. And as I said about the opportunity, is because there will be a lot of opportunities coming to you, and you will experience them as almost like you have a choice in what kind of abundant opportunity you want to choose. It can be work, it can be something that you love to do, something artistical. Is this a word? Artistic? Something artistic.
Yeah,
Artistical doesn't exist. It also could be one more time that you can see your twin flame's face, because nowadays we are in so much troubles, so much difficulty, even to just go and see your loved one. So perhaps you have an opportunity to see once more your twin flame's face, and you will be able to tell something to them, something that is inside of your heart you never said before, or maybe it's the first time you're gonna see, and you have only one chance, because you know what it is. We live in a world in which we should not make too much mistakes, because we cannot go to the past. We are only in the present, and the only way not to miss this is to listen to the Kundalini, because the Kundalini can bring you the best, most effective message, and also sensation, because the Kundalini can become you and act on your behalf for a short moment. If you are very much connected with the Kundalini, she can do that. She did this to me once. I was not even that much into the Kundalini stuff, but it just took me and did what it had to do.
She doesn't ask.
She is the goddess of relationships and love. She really knows what she's doing. Sometimes can be a little bit dramatic, but it's always for a good cause. And you will have this opportunity in your hands and in your heart to really do as you please and as you feel. You can do whatever you need to do.
So beautiful, Dave.
Thank you very much. It also represents the late autumn and the early to later spring. So the second flower is the opportunity, sensuality, and deep message within, and also plenty of choices. That's what it is.
And if you chose the flower number 3, this dahlia that you saw is in pink color, right? Now, I'm gonna associate your message exactly with this color, and probably it will be the calmest month for those who chose this, the third dahlia. However, I would say that you might be a little bit living in your own imaginary world. Let's say flying in the sky, as we say in Bulgarian. I don't know if there's like a similar expression in English.
Fly in the sky. That is in Portuguese. Fly in the air.
Flying in the air. You probably are very much on the spiritual part. Like very much focused on this type of vibration energy, and you are probably working very hard in this direction. However, I would say that maybe you are missing deeper connection with the material world. We are so much like constantly advising, to let go of the material, to focus on the spiritual and stuff like this. But the truth is we need to have balance between both. And if we disconnect so much from the material as well, that also affects our twin flame connection, because it alienates us in a way from our twin flame. We start to put ourselves in our own world, like a totally different area, perception from everybody else around us, and we start to feel more distant and more distant from the people that were close around us until now. There's a natural process in that, and of course it includes the evolution that we are experiencing as well. But we should not forget that we are also here to experience this connection with the others, and that includes your twin flame, because the more we detach from the material, the more we actually detach from the physical connection with our twin flame. So as amazing as the world that you're in may seem, it's time you shake it a little bit and you try to bring in the other part, the material, in a spiritual way. That's the whole point of us going spiritual at the beginning of our awakening journey. We experience the other realm more thorough, and then we are supposed to come back and implement what we have learned in the material world. So making our material world more spiritual, but in a way so that we are not disconnected from the material, and at the same time we are still very much connected with the spiritual.
That's a very beautiful message. And with the third flower, you also have the ability to see a much wider picture of what is going on with your life, because when you are in the material, it's difficult to see what's going on. You can only feel it. But with the spiritual, you can see everything.
Exactly. You have a better vision. You improve your vision for everything. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this message, and we hope also to see you on our next workshop. We're really looking forward to the next one.
Yes, and
it's very recharging.
For the ones who don't know, the previous workshop was about manifest your twin flame journey. The link is in the description for the replay. And kick.
See you soon.
See you.